Vivek and Christie clash over Trump. I'm not running for president at MSNBC.
I'm going to take a brief moment and talk about the elephant not in the room.
Good bar from Brett Baer.
Former President Trump has been indicted in 4 different states on 91 counts. He will be processed tomorrow in Georgia at the Fulton County Jail for charges relating to the 2020 election loss.
You all signed a pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee. If former President Trump is convicted in a court of law, would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise.
So this moment is really important. Keep an eye out for little Rhonda here and the incredibly cowardly thing that he did.
Raise your hand if you would.
Oh no. God damn. Little Rhonda. Oh no, he looks to his right, realizes everyone's raising their fucking hands. He's like, oh, time for me to raise my hand, I guess.
Just hold on. So just to be clear, Governor Christie, you were kind of late to the game there, but you raised your hand?
No, I'm doing this. Look, I'm doing this.
And I know you didn't.
Whoa. No.
What's the
Look, here's the bottom line. Someone's got to stop normalizing this conduct. Okay?
Okay, Democrat.
Now, whether or not you believe that the criminal charges are right or wrong, the conduct is beneath the office of President of the United States.
And the room is conflicted on this. God, this room was crazy. Do not judge anything by the reactions in this room. The only thing that this room and the audience actually showed was that they are completely oblivious to what they're listening to, and that there was genuinely a diversity of thought in that room. A lot of donors, a lot of staffers, and some Trump supporters, certainly. There's just no shot, because like it was the most insane thing I've ever watched. Like they would literally boo and then cheer the exact same talking point in succession.
And you know, this is the great thing about this country. Booing is allowed.
Very bad idea to address the booing, by the way. The moment that you address the booing is the moment that you're fucking cooked. You're done.
But it doesn't change the truth. It doesn't change the truth.
Mr. Ramaswamy, you raised.
Because then you just said boo. The crowd does not operate. The crowd does not operate like a bunch of individuals gathered in one area. They operate like an organism. They only hear you say, oh, you can boo me all you want. They're going to go, boo! They're going to boo you harder.
Raise your hand supporting.
No, I'd like to get in and respond. Let's just speak the truth, okay? President Trump, I believe, was the best president of the 21st century. It's a fact. And Chris Christie, honest to God, your claim that Donald Trump is motivated by vengeance and grievance would be a lot more credible if your entire campaign were not based on vengeance and grievance against one man. And if people at home want to see a bunch of people blindly bashing Donald Trump without an iota of vision for this country, they could just change the channel to MSNBC right now. But I'm not running for president of MSNBC. I am running for president of the United States. We're skating on thin ice, and we cannot set a precedent where the party in power uses police force to indict its political opponents. It is wrong. We have to end the weaponization of justice in this country.
30 seconds, Governor DeSantis.
Let me take some.
Look how many fucking cheers he got for this, dude. Twitch chat crowd, like when you say an emote, yeah.
Sorry, 30 seconds, Governor Christie.
You make me laugh because
Goes both ways, brother.
They're booing him because he said, you make me laugh. They're like, this is no laughing matter, Chris Christie.
You sit here in an answer right.
He's so fucking gross and does. I said this earlier on Leftovers. He gives. I have like a guttural, visceral reaction to his commentary. I hear what he's saying and it disgusts me, right? He's like There's also something very slimy about him because he's such an obvious, like, ladder climbing rat, right? Where he'll say anything and everything. Like, he is a perfect grifter who recognizes that this is his avenue, right? And it's weird because he looks the most lobbyist out of all of them and behaves the most lobbyist out of all of them. But he's saying all the things by opening up with the statement, the laughable statement that I am not bought and paid for by other people, because he's trying to do a Donald Trump. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's fun because ultimately his campaign is going to wither away and he's going to turn into an Andrew Yang style candidate.
You sit here and answer.
Go ahead, Governor Christie.
Hold on, Governor Christie.
Hold on.
Oh, God, he's getting owned.
So listen.
I'm not going to lie. This was the moment that Chris Christie, like, died, okay? Like, I think he did not have enough momentum to begin with. He was already, like, deeply and undesirably unpopular. But I expected more from him because he's, like, at least, you know, he's a little bit quick-witted in comparison to others. He has lasered other candidates in the past, and I thought he would have a better performance. I quickly realized that that was wrong, and it was not going to happen because he was just getting fucking bouldered. Because his only difference on that stage, his only promise on that stage is that he's going to be different than everybody else. In what way? Well, he's not going to put up with Trump's shit. Same with Asa Hutchinson. There's no avenue there for you.
The more time we spend doing this, the less time they can talk about issues you want to talk about.
God, I wish it was fuck. Oh, fuck. God damn it, Sean Hannity. You got me to accidentally click on that. I wish they showed the rest of that. I hate the way they cut this out. Yeah, first of all, the crowd's like, fuck the Constitution. But then they were like, actually, we do like the Constitution when Michael Pence was saying it. Why was DeSantis rated as winning on the chart we were looking at? He was extra unsettling with his forced smile, hardly commanded the stage, genuinely surprised at the positive reactions. So Ron DeSantis did something very interesting. He did not have a strong showing at all. But I think that allowed him to kind of slide on by while Vivek was the one who was getting bouldered as though he was the front runner. Ron DeSantis is really intensely dislikable. Like the visceral disgust I have for Vivek, I do not have for Ron DeSantis. When I hear Ron DeSantis speak, I am overcome with apathy and I'm overcome with like sadness. He's just so incredibly cringe that I can't think of anything but how incredibly socially nervous, how anxious he is as a human being. How he's like acting out the role that he's supposed to have. And I think for that reason, the ickiness didn't really stick because he didn't speak as much. He didn't get attacked as much. He didn't really like have any moments where he just like, took charge. There were a couple different moments where he just basically said his own lines over and over again. But we've heard him say these lines before. And because he's gotten a lot of coverage from Fox News, we've heard him say these lines on Fox News before, right? So it's not exactly new. So Ron DeSantis noticed that he would get hammered in the fucking polls every time he made media appearances. So I think he made the decision to just like deliver the lines and shut the fuck up. In any other moment. Like he never came across like a leader. He never came with one exception but even then he flubbed it when he like tried to talk about climate change, where he dove on the grenade for everybody else on stage. And even then he flubbed it. And the most prescient moment from that climate change conversation was Vivek Ramaswamy going, climate change is a hoax, or climate change agenda is a hoax. So I think he did decent by the standards. He did decent with what he's working with. Because he can't be someone he's not. He can't be a charismatic person. He can't be a telegenic person. He can't all of a sudden fucking turn around and become like this Riz Lord, right? So what do you do in that situation? What do you do in that situation? You just shut the fuck up and let everybody eat each other alive, and you get your couple talking points. I said this even during the debates where I said, look, he is trying to cut ads. He is trying to cut ads. He's trying to cut ads for himself, campaign ads. He's just trying desperately. He's trying desperately to just like say his talking points and shut the fuck up. All right, let's get DeSantis. I got no beef with Mike Pence.
Mike Pence did the right thing on January 6th.
So here's what we need to do. We need to end the weaponization of these federal agencies.
But that's not
I
the
will
question.
do that.
That's not the question.
Here, I know, but here's the thing. This election is not about January 6th of 2021. It's about January 20th of 2025 when the next president is going to take office. I know what the Democrats would like to do. They want to talk about all these other issues, but we've got to focus on
9/14/2015 Federalist article. Evangelicals don't love Trump. Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's resort to the Federalist for what the beating heart of the Republican Party looks like when every single one of these institutional Republican Party operations before Donald Trump straight up were against Donald Trump. In 2015, let me tell you something. I was there. Okay? I was a political commentator. I was fucking there. So I can give you personal, firsthand acknowledgments. In 2015, Charlie Kirk was anti-Donald Trump. Do you understand? With the exception of like Breitbart, almost every single one of these outlets, including Fox News, were making a mockery of Donald Trump and not getting on the Trump train. They were wrong. Evangelicals love Trump now because of Roe? Absolutely not. You are so wrong. You are so wrong if you think evangelical support came for Trump because of Roe. Oh my God, that is delusional. What are you saying? Oh God, I'm losing my mind. Please let me do the political analysis. Please, please, please. I promise you, you're just absolutely like unimaginably incorrect. Trump has polled incredibly positively with evangelicals across the board, even with polling errors leading up to Donald Trump's incredible popularity. Evangelicals are not real Christians, so much so that they were consistently met with the juxtaposition of Donald Trump, the person, the womanizer, the adulterer, okay, the New York guy, and every single person was like, why the fuck are these guys so incredibly on board? Why are these evangelicals who are supposed to be religious so on board with this guy who is not a zealot at all? Because evangelicals care more about exercising their political mania than they are about like being godly. They don't give a shit. Trump had his big panel of evangelical mega pastor church super early. They've always backed him as soon as he started doing well in 2015. Like Jerry Falwell is one of the most important figures that was an early Trump backer. Hasanabi is right, but chatters are also right that there were a lot of politicos trying to justify the Pence pick at the time as shoring up the evangelical vote. Yeah. If anything, it was the Indiana vote. Okay, that's it. Not the evangelical vote. Maybe the evangelicals in Indiana.
your future. We've got to focus on reversing the decline of our country. Right. I learned in the military, I was assigned with U.S. Navy SEALs in Iraq, that you focus on the mission above all else. You can't get distracted. So Republicans, we've got to look forward, and we've got to make sure that we're bringing the message that can win in November 2021.
Did not answer the question. Did not answer the question.
Vice President Pence, what do you think, Vice President?
Is to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. I think the American people deserve to know whether everyone on this stage agrees that I kept my oath to the Constitution that day. There's no more important duty. So answer the question.
I've answered this before.
So yes.
Why are we? Mike did his duty. I got no beef with him. But here's the thing: is this what we're going to be focusing on?
I'm relieved.
Going forward.
Bobblehead motherfucker.
The rehashing of this, I'll tell you,
Governor
the
DeSantis,
Democrats would love that, and they will win if we let them get away with it. I'm not letting Biden hang out in the basement him ragged around this country, and we're going to hold him accountable.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey.
God, he's so fucking whiny.